Everyone deserves a fair chance to avoid traffic congestion and reach their destination on time. But what seems to be the big hurdle is that despite having so many apps out there to help you navigate through the pesky traffic, you'll still get lost in a sea of traffic. Yeah, the traffic that takes the most precious time on your way to the airport, fetching kids from the schools, or attending invitations on time. While finding the shortcuts becomes a staple at every corner of your journey, an app called Waze is the ultimate epitome of how you cut corners of unnecessary congestion while ensuring your time is valued at any cost. Waze, a software that was originally developed by Israeli entrepreneurs, has around 151 million monthly active users and focuses on providing detailed traffic data for drivers. But how many of us have even heard of it? Most of us use Google Maps for getting directions. But is it the best option to get to point B from point A? In June 2013, Waze Mobile was acquired by Google for $1.3 billion. The navigation app skyrocketed into billion-dollar hype, up until the point it plummeted into the depths of an epic failure. What are the secrets behind the world of tech giants, high-stake gambles, and unexpected twists that made Waze doomed to failure? Join us as we unravel the intricate web of decisions, strategies, and unforeseen challenges that led to Google's billion-dollar bet to an unexpected downfall. The creation of this ingenious app, Waze, back in 2006, came from an Israeli programmer named Ehud Shabtai, who envisioned creating a free digital map of Israel with the help of the community. He called it Free Map Israel. The purpose of launching this app with a tight-knit community was to make this app free for use by everybody. 2 years later, in 2008, Shabtai breathed his idea into a company called Waze. However, the name was changed to Waze Mobile Limited after a short while. The biggest chapter unfolded when Waze got their first $25 million from investors in 2010. The next year, they raised even more money, $30 million. By 2011, Waze did gain traction for showing real-time things to do around you, like local events and street fairs. People who used the app, aka Wazers, shared information about traffic, accidents, police, and speed traps. They could even draw and edit maps and rewrite the roads, landscape, and house numbers with the online map editor. All of this helped make Waze's maps stand out as more potential and insightful. But what really made Waze unique? It turned driving into fun, and the whole commuting into an adventure full of excitement. Wazers earned points for sharing info and helping others. The more points they got, the higher they ranked, from a baby Wazer to a special Waze royalty. As time went on, Waze grew even more. They added features for motorcycle riders and let people choose different voices for navigation. Voices were inspired by famous personalities or comedy characters such as Morgan Freeman, Cookie Monster, Kevin Hart, DJ Khaled, T-Pain, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Shaq, and other celebrities. And that's the tale of Waze, a simple idea that turned into a helpful app, connecting people on the road and making travel a bit more fun. By and large, the three most popular and widely used navigational apps are Waze, Apple Maps, and Google Maps, each with unique benefits and drawbacks. If you get lost very easily, Apple Maps should be your go-to option. If you're planning for your next cycling road trip, you might consider using Google Maps. However, if you want to reach point B from point A the quickest way possible, Waze might be an all-time rescuer for you. Google Maps' biggest advantages are its offline and universal access alongside the Street View feature showing real-time images of your desired location. At the same time, the advantages of Apple Maps lie in its navigation options and the Apple Pit Shops. On the other hand, Wazers enjoy extensive Facebook integration, more than one information assisting in detours and real-time traffic updates. In a momentous twist, Google stepped into the story in June 2013. With a jaw-dropping offer of $1.3 billion, they welcomed Waze into their fold, and this move didn't go unnoticed. The United States Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, raised a question. Did Google's embrace of Waze break the rules of fair competition? You see, Waze stood as a small but feisty competitor against the mighty Google Maps. The FTC pondered if this union would tip the scales. However, later the Federal Trade Commission decided that it would not challenge the deal. Combining Google and Waze wasn't smooth. It meant blending two separate platforms with distinct users, strengths, and loyal following. Google Maps is data-driven, while Waze is community-driven. How could they capitalize on each platform's strengths without overshadowing one with the other? As Google embraced Waze, challenges loomed, painting a picture of integration's complexities. Blending them required finesse to ensure that the union wouldn't misquote the essence of either. Both of the platforms are in stark contrast to each other, and so their data integration, merging, and team unison. These raised compatibility issues, tech differences, and the challenge of maintaining Waze's uniqueness while aligning with Google's ecosystem. Google acknowledged that each member of Waze's community had worked flat out to shape Waze's unique identity and standalone features. Google shared its appreciation for those who brought out the entirely new culture to the Waze by selecting individuals of all stripes, each with tangible qualities and vibes. The company assured to keep Waze's special identity, its cherished app, and the vibrant community it fostered. This fresh approach would harness the power of Google Ads to shape a revitalized Waze ads experience. Google welcomed Waze's 500-strong team into its fold as a courtesy of the Geo division, home to Google Maps. This shift was part of a grand restructuring led by Sundar Pichai. With the restructuring came changes. Waze's then CEO, Neha Parekh, who resigned in 2021 after CEO Noam Bardin's departure, also stepped down. The Waze merger came as part of Google CEO Sundar Pichai's cost-cutting mission in 2012, which has also killed Google's Stadia, Project Loon, half of Area 120, and the Pixel laptop division, among others. The merger raised eyebrows, echoing past instances like the assimilation of Nest, a smart home company, into Google's fold. Time and again, the pattern had repeated. Merging with Google often led to changes that eroded a once independent identity. Google expected the restructuring to reduce overlapping map-making work across the Waze and Maps products. Yet, amidst the reshuffling, a nagging question was raised. Why indeed were Waze and Google Maps separate entities for so long? Wasn't their purpose quite similar? The narrative of Nest's disintegration into Google's hardware division was still fresh in memory, when the departure of Waze's long-serving CEO, Bardin, in 2021 hinted at the shifting winds. It was a reminder that when guardians of a company's uniqueness depart, the company is bound to grow faint. With Bardin and Page no longer in the picture, what future held for Waze's independence began to stack up. So the question still stands, is Waze in trouble at Google? Given the proverb, actions speak louder than words, it is hard to see how integrating the two will benefit Waze. As the pages turned in Waze's story, a chapter of uncertainty and decline began to unfold. After Google's acquisition, the road wasn't always smooth for the navigation app. Despite the promising start, Waze began to face challenges. It may prove to be a distraction for some users, which is bad on a busy route. Friends appear on your screen to greet you, points ring as you earn them, advertisements appear, drive-by incidents demand to be reported, and your route can always be changed. The Waze app can be more distracting the larger and busier your town gets. As time went on, the app's once pioneering features became less distinct. Competitors, including Google Maps itself, started to adopt elements that were once Waze's unique selling points. The landscape of navigation apps was shifting, and Waze found itself in a struggle to retain its standout identity. Waze is basically an app for young people, a generation accustomed to getting what they want when they want it, preferably online and with the aid of online networks. Despite the battery drain, consumption of data, and potential for distraction, the app serves as addictive to drivers determined to cut minutes off their daily drive. However, over time, some of Waze's dedicated users, who had been drawn to its independent spirit, began to feel a sense of disconnection, which ultimately resulted in losing its popularity. Waze's decline wasn't a sudden crash, but it serves as a reminder that even the most promising journeys can take unexpected turns. As we conclude our exploration of Waze's chaotic journey, one thing becomes clear: even the mightiest can stumble. But beyond the twists and turns lies a reservoir of insight. What drives a soaring success to a staggering setback? How does the fast-paced world of tech challenge even the brightest minds? And crucially, how can these lessons rewrite the future of innovation?